So this next question, then we will start with you, Susan. And it's the GOP pillar on the right to protect yourself and others states that this God-given right enables Americans to exercise their constitutional authority for self-defense to protect their homes, loved ones, and communities. If elected, what will you do to stand up for and protect the rights of gun owners?
The first thing I'd like to say is that I feel horribly bad about what has happened in Uvalde, Texas, and I feel so bad for the family. So I just want to acknowledge that right now, and they have been in my prayers for the last week, and it's a horrible situation. But just like the First Amendment, where they tried to get a ministry of truth in this country, and I lobbied against it. I actually had a press release, and I had a whole action going where I was going to be on the attack to completely remove this ministry of truth. And still, they haven't completely removed it. So I'm still on the attack. But just like that, if we do anything with our Second Amendment rights, then we're done. Because then they'll go after our First Amendment. They'll go after every amendment. So we do have to protect our Second Amendment rights. And I'm actually a constitutional carry gal, so that's what I believe in. And we have enough laws in the state of Illinois, but look at what happens. 971 deaths so far this year and 50 shootings over the weekend last weekend. Good job.
Thank you. I believe that the Second Amendment is one of the clearest amendments in the Constitution, that the right to bear arms shall not be abridged. The problem is when people talk about gun control, it's not about guns. It's about control. They want to take away guns from law-abiding citizens so that the government stays in power. You have to look at the Second Amendment and the rest of the Constitution, for that matter, in the context of the history when it was written. The Founding Fathers had just come after the Revolutionary War when British soldiers were housed in their houses, and they wanted to make sure that never happened again. So they guaranteed the right to bear arms to prevent and protect us from tyranny, self-defense, and defense of others. So I would vehemently uphold the Constitution, and I would support or I would not support any restrictions on our right to bear arms. Thank you.
I believe that the Second Amendment is essential for a free and safe society. Not only is it fully embedded in our Constitution, it's essential for our Constitution. I'm going to say it again. The Second Amendment is essential for a free and safe society. I really do believe that to stand up against tyranny, we need the Second Amendment to ensure that our government doesn't continue to try to overreach on its rights. But also on top of that, I really do believe it provides safety, especially for people who might be in weaker defenseless situations. What about the mother or the single mother who is in a tough neighborhood and wants to make sure she is just protected? What about some other person who's in a tough neighborhood who wants to protect themselves and defend themselves? I think it's very important, but I fully stand with the Second Amendment. I think it's essential. I think there's a reason why it came just after freedom of speech and religious liberties, is because it's that important. On top of that, for instance, I know this is a state level issue, but I believe the FOID card is unconstitutional. Just to go ahead and show you a little bit more about what I believe about the Second Amendment. So I do stand firmly with the Second Amendment. Thank you.